out there.
Your smile,
Tell me when you kiss me, baby.
your lips, don't stop.
Tell me when you love me, baby.
I can't deny.
When I'm with you,
I'm on the
baby.
EXPO page, so we can talk about this EXPO that we try to get
So I'm playing a lot of games. I'm
in DC.
Baby, I'm still young and I'm living my life.
you're riding out the tactical. Look to you won't forget your number,
Baby,
baby.
I can only help but wonder.
Life could be without
Yeah,
That's
you
me,
shot,
baby.
you know,
you,
you
my
dropped it in with
Holla
my
if you hear me.
That's so beautiful.
You can understand that my love is
Oh, no. We don't want to do the whole thing. Definitely.
with your brown ass.
Support.
Like you
We sure appreciate it. Good day to you all. Y'all come on the jam with me and Kenyatta now. Hello. Whoever's out there, wave at us, send us some high fives, give us some hearts. Just kind of coming on a little early so I get my invites done. So.
Shaking it off for me, giving it all to me, running that body on me. Shaking it off for me, giving it
Hey, Asa.
Is that Asia?
That's Asa Laboon. That's one of my biggest sponsors. Oh, that's what? Mr. Who?
Hey, Captain Outside.
All right now. Whoop, whoop. He's one of my big sponsors for this podcast. Hey, Kashana, baby. Thank you for tuning in. Now, hold on. We got some more folks coming in. Everybody here. Hey, Tex. Robinson. Obvon. I hope I said that correctly. I apologize if I mispronounced it. Hey, Kristen. How are you? Crystal and Monica. Hey, Erica. Y'all jam with us. It's Tuesday. It's Thursday afternoon. Hey, it's almost the weekend. For real. Been to the fair yet? I haven't either. I missed the $2 Tuesday. I was trying to get it.
Yeah.
Spend all your money.
Yeah, I told you, I said, you got $50 in it. You five. There ain't no way you can eat up everything.
I got a seat for you.
Man, you look at the
Let the top
rise
back
off.
there. You gonna have to stop, girl. I got a little
We gotta be out there
something
for almost all day.
believe me, strong. The mama, please don't make it wait too long. The way that you want
Hey, Lars. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We just jamming a little bit. Let everybody get time to get in here. Hey, Alana. Thank you for joining us, beautiful.
Cause you're shaking it off for me, giving it all to me, loving that body on me.
We jamming with the R&B party mix. It's on YouTube, so this is not anything set aside. Thank you, Tashana, for sharing, baby. I sure appreciate you. I'm still waiting to get you on this podcast. You're my next contestant on the Neighborhood Jams. All right, so we got like 4 or 5 cameras rolling here. We just definitely want to come on here real quickly. So we'll kind of get that turned down right quick. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We greatly appreciate you taking your time out of your Thursday to be with us this afternoon. And so this is Neighborhood Jams with Sonny Pouncil. I'm your host, Sonny Pouncil, and I do have a special guest with me today, Mr. Kenyatta Lampley from Paramount Residential Mortgage Group. He is also one of our key sponsors for the Home Sweet Homeowners Expo. So you guys want to make sure you still have time. The countdown is counting. We're now down to 16 days. 16. Good Lord. I looked at some notes back when I first started this. We've been planning this event since February of this year. So we're hoping that you'll take ownership and take an opportunity in the community involvement and take a stand and share these videos, because these videos are very informative. And so that's why I do these podcasts on a weekly basis. Every Thursday, I'm doing it live at 1:30 Central Standard Time right here on this bad channel right here on Facebook. And you can also follow me on YouTube channel. But I do want to take the time and thank my sponsors. So thank you, Kristen Harris from Morningstar Storage, with a 2 months 2 months rental for any size free, and you can only get this on Neighborhood Jams with Sunny Pound. So I have some kick butt, I would say the other, but I have some kick butt sponsors. Okay, so they are thebomb.com. Thank you, Sylvia Love with Sylvia's Butter Cookies, homemade butter cookies. She's got those different flavors there. And if you have not tried Sylvia Love's Butter Cookies, they are to die for. Okay, they're the bomb. But you get a half dozen. Thank you from our remote podcast location from Solutions. Solutions is also one of my big sponsors for the actual Home Sweet Homeowners Expo, but they're also giving away a 1 hour free in studio as well as a 60-second video for $1.99 that to help promote you or your business. So thanks to Solutions. Thank you, Victoria Huggins, with giving a 1 hour free massage, and as well as Joy Poteet, my other co-host for this expo from Enjoy Natural with your hair care, skincare products. She is amazing. I could not have done this expo without her. She is the behind the scenes person. All the Facebook pages that's being put together, the Eventbrite, everything. Joy has been that person. So I want to take this time and thank her so much for everything that she's doing with us, with me for this expo, as she's doing this as well, as she's a partner. And then, of course, Ace LeBeau with Get Genius Academy. He's giving away a trip for 2 from Las Vegas to Cancun, or to Cancun. Let me make sure you understand that it's one or the other. You can't go to both of them. So we thank you, Ace LeBeau and Get Genius Academy, for that. And so, again, today is the day that we're going to continue as we're doing the countdown, 16 days to the Home Sweet Homeowners Expo, and you have got to get there. I have links in the comment section of this actual podcast, and there's so many videos Solutions has put out that we rolled out this past Tuesday, although they've been having some ads running last week for that. If you haven't seen the video, you'll start seeing it surface everywhere. But I've got to make sure you know there's still vendor spots available. There's still sponsorships available. And we definitely want you to be aware of it. It is free for you to come and shop with local vendors. Speak with Kenyatta one-on-one. He'll be there with a booth. And then as well as come get your taste buds and satisfaction with the food trucks. So there is a cost for the classes. And so this past Tuesday, I had on my show the other 2 instructors along with myself that talked about the reasons why you should be at the Home Sweet Homeowners Expo. I'm teaching the Home Buyers 101 class. Kenyatta is one of my preferred lenders who I send a lot of my deals with, and I think we've closed a lot more this year.
We have.
Oh my gosh, together than we have in the last 2 or 3 years. So that means business is going great for us both, and I appreciate you taking care of my clients. You and Raisha are the bomb over there, I'll tell you.
We try to let the mortgage team.
Yes. So we want to make sure you understand the most reasonable reasons why you need to be at this Home Sweet Homeowners Expo. Deanna Monet has come to talk about the credit. We also have Carla Hunley that's come to talk about the home investments. And I'm talking to you about the HUD, about the home ownership one-on-one. So we're going to have materials for you to take home, curriculum, everything that you can walk away with. And so we just want to make sure that you come and get your information, come get a game plan. 2019 is still not over with. You still got time to buy a home. But also, if you're looking for 2020 to be a homeowner, we want to give you so much information. There'll be 2 free DUI classes that are being presented at the expo as well. We'll have a stager there to present how to stage your property. And then, of course, we'll have a landscaper there that's coming to show you how to keep the maintenance and landscaping up. So why wouldn't you want to be a part of this Home Sweet Homeowners Expo? We're talking just about everything real estate. So today is my special guest with Mr. Kenyatta Lampley.
Thank you.
We sure appreciate you being here.
I appreciate it.
And thank you for definitely being a sponsor with the expo. It's been truly a help for that. So let me find this phone. I was supposed to put this on vibrate. Because somebody's going to call, someone is going to text as I'm negotiating a offer as we speak. So none further ado, that's now on vibrate. So Kenyatta, talk to us a little bit about who you are, what you do, so that everyone that's watching can understand it.
Well, my name's Kenyatta. I have been in the business for the last about 19 years. So I've seen a lot that has gone on. I am the branch manager at Paramount Residential Mortgage Group, located at 2529 South Kelly, between 33rd and 15th. I have some loan officers that work for me. Uh, you know, one of the things that I do is I help you get your keys to your new home. That's one of our models.
That's it.
You know, everybody wants those keys. You know,
Right.
they like to dangle those keys. So, you know, we help you, you know, get your financing. You know, I always say I'm the money guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that gets you the money to buy your home. So whether your credit is good or bad, you know, we're here to help you with the financing needs. So we'll be at the expo. So always tell clients, don't prejudge your credit.
Right.
You know,
which they tend to do a ton of times.
A lot. You know, we have different loan programs for you. You know, so whether you got a lot of money or no money, you know, we have a program that can help you out. Mm-hmm. So there's down payment assistance out there. So it'll help, you know, first time home buyers get into homes with little or no money down. You know,
absolutely.
There's investors that, you know, are trying to get into the rental game. So we help them out too. So we have a lot of programs. We have a big credit box. So again, don't judge. Let come to us, and I'll take a look, and I'll let you know what we can do.
And how to increase the credit score as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with so many different clients that you and I have cross-sold with, I know I've been hearing a lot of questions here lately about people wanting to buy investment properties before they purchase their primary home. Is that something that they can do, or would you encourage they do that?
I don't encourage you to buy investment property before you buy your own personal residence. Mm-hmm. You know, we like to see that you have your own home that you're living in. But you can though. You know,
okay.
It's not, you know, something that I would recommend, of course.
Right.
But it's doable.
Okay.
So, you know, with investment properties, it comes more risk. It's just one of those things that when you don't live in the property, you're more likely to walk away from it.
Right.
So, you know, you just got to understand what your finances look like.
Okay.
And one of the best things to do is buy your primary residence first.
Right.
Because it requires little or no money down. You know, you can use down payment assistance. Mm-hmm. You can put 3 to 5% down and then make that become a rental property. Right. And buy another one.
Right.
So, you know, that's the way I would go is buy your primary, stay in it for a little bit, and then get your investment property.
And now most times I tell my clients, if anything else, don't just go out there and buy that big lavish house. Don't let that be your first house. Get you a reasonable home that you can actually get in and stay in it, maintain it, and then go out and get that investment property. But there's another nugget that I've been dropping here lately too with my buyers is go and buy a duplex.
Yes, a duplex is really, really nice because you can rent one side out
while you live in the other.
So if you're trying to get in the investment world, buy your duplex because you could put, again, little no money down.
Yeah. And you could be living rent free. Who knows? You could be charging rent for the renters to pay for the mortgage. So I don't know who would want to think that, but I've been sharing that nugget. So those are many of the reasons why you need to be at this Home Sweet Homeowners Expo, because we're sharing nuggets as such as that is so powerful for you to understand what we're trying to bring to you all, to this community. So please share this video as we're talking about the Home Sweet Homeowners Expo. But my guest, Kenyatta Lampley, we've been doing several different cross sales with him. And so, again, I can't thank you enough. But now you're wanting to talk to us today because we're going to dib a little bit about real estate. So today is a little bit about real estate, although it is about the expo. So you and I were talking maybe early this morning or late last night about some different things that we want to bring to the table this morning or this afternoon. And so you were talking about some federal credits or some different guidelines that are changing.
Well, just a couple of things, you know. Yesterday was a big day in the financial world.
It was.
The Fed cut the rate by 0.25%. Now, a lot of times I get phone calls that ask, so is my interest rate dropping? Not necessarily, because what we tend to look at, we look at mortgage-backed securities, which is bonds. And what we have to be careful of is inflation. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when the Fed cut the rates, depending on what they say, It's very important to hear what they say afterwards.
Right. That fine print.
That fine print. You know, if they have a hint of inflation, that means that mortgage bonds, the rates is going to increase.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to understand, we have securities of 30 years. So those are long-term fixed rates.
Right.
So if inflation increases, that means that bond, rate of return goes down.
Gotcha.
So that means interest rates will go up. So right now, rates is kind of still standing still. You still can get rates in, the 3s and 4s. So
but you gotta have that good credit score, though.
Really good credit to get those rates.
That's about a 700 credit score, so.
Yeah, 700, 720 and above. That's that prime interest rate.
Hearts out to those with 700 credit scores. I'm on my way there.
But I always tell people, you don't have to have a 700 credit score to buy a house.
No, you don't.
You just got to be good enough.
Right. And make enough money to take care of the debt.
That's it.
So, I tell people want to borrow $50,000. Okay, well, I need your blood type, your mama's account, your mama's social security. You got to pay this $50,000 back. So you can't ask for somebody to loan you some money and you not be able to be in a position to pay it back. So you have to be almost one of those serious candidates to make sure you're ready to buy a home. So
yes. So we want everything. Blood samples, hair, everything. No, it's a lot of money. Let's realize it.
Yes.
This is real money that we send into the title company.
Yes, that's right.
So we got to make sure that people are approved. And I want to talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let me get comfortable.
Yeah.
I needed my glass of wine for this conversation. Okay.
So pre-qualifying versus being pre-approved. People say, I'm pre-qualified. So what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that means that someone might have pulled your credit report and said your credit score is 700. Okay, that doesn't mean that you're pre-approved, because with the pre-approval, what the lender needs to do is take a look at your income, your assets, things like that, to make sure that you can afford this mortgage.
Right.
Because just because you have a 700 credit score doesn't mean that you can buy a $300,000 house.
That's right. That's right.
So your income has to be able to match that. Or do you have money to put down?
Right.
And
I don't think a lot of us have $100,000 sitting to the side somewhere.
No. So where is this money coming from?
Right.
We need to know all that. We have federal laws that states that we have to source everything that you're using for your down payment. So if you got money in your mattress or something like that, we don't know where that money came from.
That's right. That's right.
So we can't use that.
So as soon as you have it, it's always best when you're purchasing a home, when you're ready to start saving money, it's best to set it in the account so it can have some source and seasoning.
Set it in your bank account.
Which is what that basically is meaning. So that's great information. So some people will, instead of saying you need to be pre-qualified, you actually need to be pre-approved.
Pre-approved. You need to send the lender your income, your assets, make sure he's looking at everything. Your lender is trying to give you money. We're not trying to deny you.
Right.
So we get paid to give away money, but it has to meet, certain guidelines to do that. So you need to be able to tell your lender everything, because we're going to find out. They're
going to find out. Absolutely. So if you can't hide it.
You try to hide something, we're going to find out.
Okay.
So at the end, it's going to hurt you more than us.
Yes.
So tell me, about those collections. Tell me about that child support.
Or tell me about that foreclosure that you had that you may thought it was clear and it's not past the 2-year mark yet.
Right.
So
yeah, we're going to find out. Tell me about your late pays. I mean, it's going to come to light one way or the other.
Those are what we like to call gotchas, and they can delay your closing big time, and you don't want that. So so what else is going on? So the interest rates dropped about a quarter. So where are the interest rates sitting at right now?
The Fed's rate. So the big difference, not mortgage interest rate. The Fed rate dropped. So what the Fed rate is the rate that banks lend, overnight rate. So
gotcha.
That helps protects them. Those are more like car loans and stuff like that. Mortgage-backed securities is kind of what mortgage rates are based on.
Okay.
So again, they're still ranging in, the high 3s, the 4s.
Okay.
So they're kind of staying steady right there for right now. What
So
else?
if you want to buy, the time is now.
Yeah.
The time is now. If you are on the fence about purchasing a home, the time is now. Don't prejudge your credit. Let's get together, get a game plan in place. Kenyatta can help you with that and share with you where you are and at what point you'll be ready, so that way you can get that game plan process started. I like to tell people it's almost like planning a wedding, planning a cruise, planning your birthday. You plan for those things. You have a budget for those things. It's the same way with purchasing a home. So we try to make sure we get that very clear and transparent to everyone. So what else is going on in the mortgage industry for the real estate world? As far as the money goes.
As far as the money goes, of course, there's, low inventory out here.
Yes. I mean, if you're in the price point between 150 to 180, those houses are gone. They're no longer sitting on the market for very long. No.
So I always tell my clients is to be ready to make a good offer.
I'd like to say it's attractive.
Yeah. So sometimes it means a full price offer.
Yes.
So be aware that every house that you look at, someone else is looking at it too. And just because you like it, then they're going to like it too. Yeah. So be ready to make a, full price offer. That definitely will, help your chances of getting that house.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But they say the early bird catch the first worm. So how early are you trying to be in that process? So, well, that's what I pretty much want to make sure that we express to you guys, everything that's going on as far as the financing world. You're hearing it first from an actual mortgage lender, which is one of my preferred lenders, which is also the sponsor, one of our key sponsors for the Home Sweet Homeowners Expo. You can see his logo right there.
It's right there.
So, but we just want to make sure you understand the process. Kenyatta, again, will be at the Home Sweet Homeowners Expo. I may bring him in to answer any financing questions for the attendants that are there. So it's one of those things that is so important that you understand the financing, because as he's the money, I'm the keys, and we're trying to make sure we make that accomplished for you. It's the American dream. So, and Raisha just joined on. Hey, Raisha, I sure appreciate you and that hard work you be doing over there at the office, sister. So I appreciate Raisha. She's one of those that she really helps take care of Kenyatta when Kenyatta is out of the office. I know when he was out, a couple of months ago?
Yes.
She held it down. That sister came to them closes and she was like, I got 3 in a row. I'm like, how does that feel? Yeah, it's a little different when you processing it versus when you actually have to put your hands in it. So
I have a great team behind me. I got Raisha,
she's
my
awesome.
assistant. I got a great processor named Pam. My team really helps me, do what I do.
They keep you straight.
They keep me straight.
And they sisters too. That's what I'm talking about. We got to keep these men straight. Ain't that right, ladies? Where my ladies at?
Keep me straight.
Anyway, so we do want to make sure you understand that the expo is coming up October the 5th, 2019. It is an all-day expo. It is tailored to workshop classes. I'll be teaching the home buyer one-on-one. I have Deanna Monet that's going to be teaching about the credit. I have Carla Hunley that's going to be talking about the property investings. You definitely want to get enrolled in those classes. There is a small fee of $29 starting for those classes, but I promise you it's going to be so well worth the investment that you're walking away with materials that you can start implementing right away. We also have it free for you to come shop with local vendors. You'll actually get to stop by Kenyatta's desk or his booth and chat with him about any of your financing questions that you have. And if you're currently an owner and want to talk to him about refinance, that's not off the table. Please come talk to him about your refinance. Get some options in place. Get those options in place. I mean, like, seriously. You also want to make sure you stop by Social Solutions table as they're doing the Pitch Your Business. We're definitely wanting to make sure that if you are a business owner, you're relaunching your business, if you have an upcoming event, or if you have a book you're wanting to launch, whatever your service is and you want to get it out in the social media waves, you need to stop by the Social Solutions booth. They're doing a 5-minute live interview where they're going to interview you, and it's going to be on their social media platform. It's over 40,000 followers that will also spill over to Instagram. It's starting at $30 at the door, but it's $25 in advance. And so for those vendors that are currently vendors, it's $20 for you. So that's a great deal to get your exposure out there. I know I'm going to do it. A couple of my other instructors are talking about doing it, and some other vendors as well. So we want to make sure that you guys understand who Social Solutions is, and that's those two brothers right there, Zach and Josh. They are thebomb.com. They are the social media gurus. They also produced our expo video, so I'm grateful for them for doing that. So make sure that you get those tickets to get enrolled in the class, and then if nothing else, stop by the Home Sweet Homeowners Expo. These flyers are out there everywhere. Thank you, D-Row, for placing it out on the Tyler Media stations. I appreciate you for doing that. And then as well as Social Solutions putting the video out there, my ambassadors, my queen ambassador, Nicole Lashana. I couldn't have done this event without them as well. So this is a huge event that's well diversified. It's not just for African Americans, although we encourage you guys to come out, but this is a very diversified expo. So we want all walks of life and color to be involved. So let me go ahead and we're pretty much getting at the top of our time frame here, but I want to read the Daily Motivator, and then I want to thank my sponsors for the podcast show because I greatly appreciate them as well. But today's Daily Motivator is stronger through every weakness. So you have your weaknesses, as does every person. Make sure each weakness serves as a challenge to become better, not as an excuse to fail. Let each weakness prompt you to refine, control, improve your behavior. Don't ever allow any of them to justify negative behavior. Choose never to see yourself as a victim of your weakness or difficulties or your unique situation. Though the burden is very real, it does not have to define you or compromise your integrity. Some weaknesses you can work your way out of, and some you cannot. Yet, what you can always do is build within yourself enough strength to more than offset each weaknesses. That was powerful. No one is perfect. Circumstances are rarely ideal and difficulties always appear. Even so, with all the imperfections, there are plenty of good, valuable, beautiful things you can do. Identify your weaknesses, work on them, but don't let them make you any less than the best you can be. Choose instead to rise their challenge and grow stronger through every weakness. That was awesome. Wow.
That's powerful.
That was very powerful. Very powerful. And it definitely when it comes to home ownership. So this is why we want to make sure that if you're fearful, if you feel like this is not something that you ever thought about or you're on the fence about doing it, this is why we want to take the time to educate you guys to get knowledge on home ownership, get knowledge on the credit, get knowledge on the investment side. So come out to the Home Sweet Homeowners Expo so where you can get that information. And of course, as I stated, you do have vendors that is free for you to come and shop with. We'll have several of the vendors. I'll start rolling those lists of vendors out come next week's episodes. So be sure to tune in with me right here next Tuesday at 1:30. You don't want to miss it. I'm still broadcasting about the expo. So thanks my sponsors for this Neighborhood Jams with Sonny Pouncil with Morningstar Storage with Kristen Harris. We thank you so much. Sylvia Love from Sylvia's Homemade Butter Cookies. Actual Social Solutions for the 1 hour studio, as well as the 30-60-second video for $199. Thank you, Victoria Huggins, for your 1 hour massage from Studio 89. And my bestie, Joy Poteet, my partner in crime for the expo. Thank you for your package, either a skincare or hair care product from Enjoy Natural. And then last but not least, my buddy indeed, Asa LeBeau. I mean, that cat is amazing. From Get Genius Academy. Thank you for the trip, Asa. We sure appreciate you on that. That's our time for today, but we definitely want to make sure that you check all the posts, share as much as you can. This Home Sweet Homeowners Expo is supposed to be the talk of Oklahoma City. You're supposed to watch what God do and watch him show out. So I thank everyone that's taken a part of that with me, and we're going to get ready to jam on out of here, and we'll go back to where we were. And so if you have any questions for us, feel free to inbox us. You can call me at 405-201-4241. And how can they get a hold of you, Kenyatta?
They call me directly at 405-285-4284. Call me on my cell at 405-204-6590.
And I tell you, Kenyatta is one of those, he's almost like a realtor. He works weekends. I can call him after church. Kenyatta, call me after church. After we did praise and worship, we got a deal to talk about. So Kenyatta is flexible with his schedule, and we greatly appreciate that. And so I'm looking forward to many more closings with you, bro. Now you do have one event coming up is it this weekend or next weekend?
Oh, we do have an event. Never Happy Outside. Yo, Come on down. We're having a fish fry next weekend at the Capitol Council, which is located off of Martin Luther King and 10th Street. Dinners is selling for $10. So I'll put up a post on my Facebook page. We'll take an Eventbrite, or you can contact me. We're taking orders right now.
All right now. And I would love to be there, but I'm going on a leadership retreat next weekend. Well, I want that fish though, because you know, from Louisiana, girl, I gotta have my fish. So I have to thank all of you viewers for tuning in. Carla Hunley's hopped in, Jesse, Chiquita. Hey, Chiquita.
Hey.
The diva out there at Midwest City doing the dadgum thing, and I appreciate her and all the knowledge that she has. Linda Ellis, thank you. Elizabeth. Christian, thank you for sharing. My auntie Espinoza. Hey, honey, thank you for tuning in. Gregory, there's D-Ro. Hey, D-Ro. And Kaylee, Ronisha, and Monica, and Sonia. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much and showing the love. We're definitely signing off now. And I'll turn to my other page. Here's Joy. Hey, Joy. Joy. I'll sing a song with her. And Pain. Love you guys so much. We're tuning out of here. We're going to jam out.
See you later.
She's all mine.